Hello, so I'll be talking about where I am with my Catalyst project at this point of time, which is Monday, 8th March. So last time I asked Mr. Williams if I was able to change my project into my dance, which is one of my initial three ideas that I had when I came into Catalyst, changing from my original idea to write a book, or to work on my grandfather's book. The reason I decided to make this change was because I was feeling that I wasn't very passionate about that, and though I will continue to work on the book in my own time outside of Catalyst, it was anyway not going to be able to fit into the 40 hours that we have allocated for Catalyst this semester. So I knew that it wasn't going to be fully complete anyway, and so I decided to make it just like a personal project, because I also realized that I was tainting too much of the vision that he originally had in order to make it my own Catalyst project, and I didn't want to do that as much. I didn't want to dilute his idea as much. Just keep it his own thing, edit it, publish it. So in turn, I'm doing something that I've been like working on essentially for the past 12 years, which is my Kathak dance. Kathak is a dance that I have been learning for the past 12 years, and I kind of want to make like a mini series with like 6 episodes that divulge into the more technical aspects of the dance form. So even though the learning for me has mostly been completed, and I have like been certified with a diploma as of last year, to certify that I'm able to teach from this point, like I have a license to teach. I have still not, this is an unexplored territory for me, so that would be my own learning. And in terms of putting it out there, I feel that in YouTube or other sources online, there aren't much like step-by-step technical tutorials about how to get into Kathak dance or any dance form or many dance forms, but especially these Indian classical dances. So what I want to do is kind of break down each big aspect of Kathak. So for that, that would be Tatkar, which is footwork. I believe that's one of the fundamental aspects of that. I want to kind of make that the episode 1, which is also something that I'm most familiar with. So I can start off in familiar territory, storyboard it out, and make a first episode so that I can show it to my peers and my classmates for some feedback. So I can come back and improve on the feedback that I've been given, and I can continue forward with the rest. So some of the topic ideas that I've thought of is Tatkar footwork, the different tals, which is basically different beats as to which we dance. Like there will be a certain choreography that is tailored to fit each pattern beat. So they're different beat languages, I guess you could say. So the way that your foot moves for one of them, for example, Teen Tal is the most basic of the tals, and that's the one that all beginners are introduced to. Another tal is Drop Tal, and so that's another one that's like a little bit step forward. So I can kind of introduce those two, and I will also cite other tals that people can learn to dance in. Along with them, you also get hand movement, so we learn ways to mirror the beat with our hands, as well as with our feet, and then we alter these dance movements to be able to fit the beats of that patterned beat language. So for me, the learning would be, one, revisiting all of these ideas that I've kind of learned, but not learned in full extent. Like for example, yes, with the footworks I'm very familiar, because no matter where you go, where you dance, you're always using the footwork. But for more niche things like there's different hand movements that you have to do, each of them have a different name. So I would be teaching those in one of those sit-down episodes, and those are called mudras. And then another aspect away from the dancing would be the aspect of production, which I'm not very familiar with, as I haven't really been a part of any video production in SAS. And I feel like in the future, because as we're moving to a more like social media kind of world, it's important for me to have knowledge about production and putting stuff out on the internet, how we can make them the most accessible, the most approachable, usable, as well as making it easy to consume for people who have a slight interest but maybe aren't sure how to get into it. So that's kind of a different part of it. In terms of filming, I would like have this storyboard that I'm planning on creating this week. Hopefully I'll be done with like around 3 episodes of storyboarding by the end of this week, so I can start filming next week before spring break. And there's 3 spaces that I currently have open to me to film. One is at home, which I do have space at home to film. One is one of my dance, like where I learned to dance, there are mirrors. And the third one is a stage at the same dance place. So in case I would like to show movement across the stage, or like certain kind of chukkers, which are turns, then I can use that stage place as well. I hope that the value added would be an easy introduction into the beginnings of Kathak dance with a little bit of history, understanding the technicalities, so that when they come to the choreographies that are so readily available on YouTube, they're able to learn it easily. And also, if I decide to go along with it, I can continue to post things along the way. Thank you.